Welcome to the second session of Python. In the previous session, we saw the topics which are the variables, types of variables, and we saw the rules to declare a variable, and then we saw the operators. Okay, and then we saw the order of the operators, and we saw the input statements and the printing statements, adding multiple print variables in a single print statement. So these are the things which we saw in our previous session. So in the today's session, let us start with a new topic, which is the conditional operators. Okay, forgive me for my spelling mistakes. Okay, it will autocorrect in my VS Code. So our first conditional statement will be the if statement. So before that, let me show you some difference between single is equal to and double is equal to. So for those who are new, you might be thinking that these two are same, but no, in programming these two things play a major role and they both are really different. So if you interchange these two in some conditional operators, you will not figure out the mistake, what mistake you have done while writing the code. So you need to learn this first. So this single is equal to is a assignment operator. What does this mean? So while you're declaring a is equal to 10 something, which means you are assigning a value 10 to a variable a. Okay, and if you are using a double is equal to, okay, which means this is a comparison operator. So this thing is used to compare what? Compare two variables. I can compare a is equal to b, which means it will check whether a and b are equal. So what is the difference between these two? Let us see. Okay, so if I write over here a is equal to b, I'll declare one variable over here, which is b. I will give it as 11. I'm assigning b as 11. Now if I check if a is equal to b, it should give me either true or a false. So this is the syntax of a if statement. This is the condition. You need to give a colon, and then in the next line you need to give one tab space. So if you forget to give this one tab space, it will throw an error. Okay, so in any conditional operators, you need to give one tab space in the next line while you are into the if statement. If you need to exit the if statement, you can remove the tab space. Okay, now we will insert the if statement. If the a is equal to b, we will print it as both are equal. We will print this. Check this. So can you guys guess whether it will be printed or not? Okay, this is true or false. What is the output of the statement? Okay, you guys can guess. Okay, it might. You can tell whether it will be true or false. See, what is happening over here is B is being assigned to A. The value of B 11 is being assigned to A. So this statement will always give you true. Okay, let me show you. Let me run it and show you. Okay, let me comment out these things. Okay, See, it has given me an error. Okay, you're using a single is equal to, this is the assignment operator. So if I give double is equal to, now it will compare both A and B. Oh, sorry, I have commented this line also. Let me uncomment this. Let me uncomment this. Let me write single is equal to first. Okay, this is showing me an error. Okay, let me use double is equal to. Now it will compare these two things, A and B. What is the value of A and B? 10 and 11. These are not equal, so this thing won't be printed. Okay, see, nothing has been printed over here because these two are not equal. Now if I give not equal, so this is a symbol for not equal. Okay, this is a symbol for not equal. Let me run this. So this has been printed. I'll change it over here also. Not equal. Okay, because these both are because this condition is true. Okay, this print statement has been executed. There are some operators, comparison operators. I will tell you that. First is equal to, equal, and the second is not equal. Second is not equal, and we have less than operator, and similar for the greater than. You might have learned this in your first and second standard. There is one more, two more, which is less than equal to, greater than equal to, so these are the operators, like which comparison operators which you can use to compare two values. You can check whether A is less than B, or if A is less than or equal to B. You can check this and print whatever you want. Okay, this is the print statement, simple if statement. Okay, next we have is the, let me comment this. This is the if statement, and we have a if else statement. If, I'll give one condition over here, if A is equal to B colon, next line, I have given a tab space over here, you can see. So whenever you click on enter, it will automatically give tab space. If not, you need to check whether the tab space is given or not. And I'll just print it is equal. Okay, and I'll write else, if else. Okay, if these two are not equal, if this condition is not satisfied, if this condition is false, what to do next? That will be decided by the else operator. Give a colon, and also you need to give tab space for this also. Print double quotes not equal. Okay, not equal. Let me check. So which statement should be executed? Write it down in the comment. Let me see. So these two are not equal, right? This condition is false. So it will come to the else statement and print this. Let me run it and show you. So this has printed as not equal. Okay, this is the if else statement. This is second type of conditional statement which I have told you. And the next is, let me copy this thing only. And next is if else ladder. Okay, you can write multiple conditional statements in this ELIF, which means else and if both added together. I can give one more, if colon condition print, or whatever you want. Okay, you need to give a condition over here. If a is equal to 1, if a is equal to 2, I can go on with the multiples a, elif ladder. I can give a else statement. If no condition is satisfied, this finally by default else condition will be executed. This is called as the default. This is called as the default statement, default condition. If none of these conditions are satisfied, let me write one here. If none of these conditions are satisfied, then this condition will be executed else. Okay, let me run. So according to this, a is not equal to 1, not equal to 2, a and b are also not equal. The default statement should be printed. I'm getting an error. So yeah, I forgot. You need to use double is equal to while you're comparing. So the small mistakes you make while you're programming, so you need to take care, or else you might not know what is the error. Okay, as you can see, the default statement has been executed. You can try out some other conditional statements and see. You can practice it. Okay, this is the if else ladder. Elif. Let me comment out this thing. As of now, we saw the three types of conditional execution statements. Next is the nested if statement. Nested if statement. What does this mean? So let me take two variables. Ka is equal to 10 and pb is equal to, we'll take some other number 20. I'll take some 21. Okay, in the if condition, I'll give a is equal to 21. If this condition is true, this will be printed. Okay, and something will be executed over here. I have given a tab space. Now I can use one more if statement over here. If okay, bb is equal to 20, right? If both of these conditions are true, this print statement will be executed. Make sure I have two conditional if statements. That's why I will be using two tab spaces over here. You can see there are two tab spaces. Okay, now I will print both are equal. No, both are true. Okay. Now here also, if I want, I can print something. Let me show this first. Okay, both are true. Okay, I'll print one more statement here. One if statement is true. Okay, now if I change this to 25 or something, now in this, just the first conditional statement will be true and this one will be false. So only this statement will be printed over here. Okay, see, only one if statement is true. This is called as nested if statement. You can use multiple if statements. I can give one more statement over here, one more if statement, and one more if statement inside this. Like this, I can go on for multiple times, how many ever conditions I have. But this is not a good practice of using multiple if statements. One or two is okay. There are some optimized way where you can reduce the lines of the code. We'll talk about that. So as of now, the operators which you have learned is equal, not equal, less than, greater than, less than or equal to, greater than or equal to. Okay. So these are if statements which we saw. So the next is the looping statements. Looping statements. There are some for loop, while loop. Okay, let me start with the for loop first. Let me take a string is equal to double quotes h m o I am. Okay, I've taken some words. Now what I want to do is I want to print one by one all these words one by one. Okay, so I can use a for loop over here. I can give it as for word in is a keyword, that's why it is in color. Given some yes or int. Okay, colon. Okay, this is a for loop. Okay, this variable can be user defined or given by the user, whatever you want. I can give I, j, k, l words or whatever I want. So this is a string. I have given a string. You can give it as a list also. We'll talk about the list operations. If I okay, the next line I'm using a tab space over here. As I told you, the statements should require a tab space. Okay, let me print this. Let me print this word. I'm not using double quotes. Yeah guys, hello. Yeah, you might be wondering I have not used the double quotes over here. We used it as double quotes. So this is a string, okay, but here we are using a variable. So this thing is not a string, okay. This is a variable which contains a string, and this is a user defined variable. That's why we are not using double quotes. Let me run it. So as you can see, it has split each and every word HOW with a space. Okay, it has printed it one by one. So this is the advantage of using a for loop. And there are some other ways where you can use for loop. So in the looping statements, this thing is used in order to execute one line of code multiple times. So if I want to print something like hi 100 number of times, okay, if I want to print this hundreds of times, so then I need to use a for loop, right? I can't keep copy pasting the same thing. So in this case I can use a for loop for I in as you can see here, you can use anything. I can give it as number or something, whatever you want. For I in range, range 10 colon print double quotes hi. Okay, so what is this range? I'll show you. Why is this always slow? So here you can see it has printed 10 times. So what is this range variable? So this range is, so it is used to produce multiple times okay, any operations in a for loop. Okay, you will be giving a range. So this is start from 0 and end till 10. Okay, end till 9 actually. Okay, 0 to 9 there will be some 10 iterations. Okay, this range gives that 0 to 9 value. Okay, so can give it as 1 comma 10 as well, which means it will start from 1 and end till 9, 1 less than 10. Okay, I'll take some small number as 4. So this means it will start from 1 and end till 3. How many times it will print? 3 times. Okay, which means first, second and third. 3 iterations it has performed. Let me print this range also. Comma num. If I print this, it will give you the values 1, 2, 3. Each time the value of num is incremented by 1. Okay, so let me take 10 again. Let me use one more comma and one more variable in between. So what is this? So this means, let me run it and show you once. So 1 comma 10 comma 2. Now, yeah, so this means start from 1, let me take 0, start from 0 until 9 with a increment of 2. So here you can see it was 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. So in this, what it will do, initially 0 plus 2 will be 2, comma 4, comma 6, comma 8, it will be printed. Okay, so this is the increment value. Let me comment this. So this is called as the incrementing value. Can by default it is 1. If you want 2, 3 or 4, you can give it here. Okay, this is all about the for loop. So the next thing is we'll have a look at the while loop. While loop, you will have a condition over here. While condition, you can give a condition as, I will give it as true as of now. So here in the for loop, we were giving a starting point and an ending point. Okay, but in this we have given the condition over here. Where is the starting and the ending point? See, in a while loop, you just have condition over here. If you write true, it will run infinite number of times. Okay, I can't show you in this because this is an online compiler. Let me try anyhow. See, it has executed infinite number of times. Okay, if you are running in an offline compiler or something, it will just go on infinitely, it won't stop. Okay, this is used to generate some infinite loops, and there are some other use cases as well. Let me show you. Let me take the same example. A is equal to, I'll take some other variable, d is equal to 5 and e is equal to 10. Now the condition inside the statement inside the while loop is executed one and only when this condition is true. Okay, until and unless this condition is true, this will be running. If this condition is false, it will exit the loop. Okay, let me show. While I will write it as 0. Let me take one. While d less than 10. So is this condition true or false? D is less than 10. 1 is less than 10. Is it true? Yes, it is true. Colon. So here also I'm using a tab space over here. You can see it is a tab space. Print, if this is true, then print less than 10. Less than 10. So this condition is always true. That's why this loop will execute infinite number of times. I don't want this to happen. What I will do, I will increment d. I will give d is equal to d plus 1. So what we were doing over here in the for loop, it used to automatically increment for us, right? 1 or 2 we used to give over here, increment 1 or 2. So here we are incrementing. Okay, now we will see. Let me run. See, it is less than 10, less than 10, less than 10. Okay, let me print out the value of d also. We'll get to know. See, 1 is less than 10, 2 is less than 10, 3 is less than 10. It is going on incrementing and again checking this condition, if this condition is true or false. It is same as conditional statement with loops. So without while loop, you should have used some for loop inside if statement, right? If statement inside a for loop. But using this while loop, it is easier. You can check the condition. You can go on looping infinite number of times. Okay. There are some more things inside a for loop. If I give it as true, I'm using an infinite loop, right? Okay, now here I can give an if statement and check if d is equal to 10. If this is equal to 10, what we will do, we will break. So this is a new keyword, okay, which you are saying. Break is used to exit the loop. Okay, what this will do, whenever the d is equal to 10, it will break the loop or it will break the while loop. Okay, using true we are running an infinite loop, right? Unless and until it reaches 10, it won't break. Let me show you. See, the same thing we are doing using an infinite loop. This break statement is used to break the loop. Okay, and we have one more thing like continue. Okay, let me show you. Let me comment out this. Let me write if d is equal to 5. If it reaches 5, what to do? Continue. Continue. Okay, so what is this continue? Let me show you. Let me run it and show you. We forgot to give a break statement ending when it should